Nothing will deny you if you pray this way. Conny Mendez. On this video, we will talk about the correct way to pray so that God, the universe, or energy, whatever you want to call it, opens all the doors of abundance for you and everything you ask for is given to you. Generally, people don't know how to pray correctly, and that's why we believe that God doesn't listen to us because we are not receiving what we ask for. The first thing you must understand is that the universe is governed by spiritual laws that are precise and never fail. However, we must learn to apply them correctly so that they work in our favor. Throughout your life, you have been acting through these laws, but perhaps you haven't applied them correctly. That's why today I am going to explain and teach you how to ask correctly, and the universe will put everything at your feet. Everything we think, say, and feel manifests itself. Everything you say, you receive. But what happens when we ask for something we want and we are not receiving it? There are several factors. Next, I will explain what they are. Please pay close attention to every word I mention here, so that when you finish listening to this video, you leave here with all the correct information you need for your desires to manifest. Take these minutes for yourself. It is very important that you do so. You also deserve to have a life filled with blessings, achievements, and success. It's just a matter of learning the correct way to pray so that God puts the universe at your feet. Let's begin. The first point where people fail, and it is clear that they do not receive what they ask for, is when they make positive affirmations but use future tense words. Let me give you an example. Today I will have a wonderful day. We must understand that we live in an eternal present. Tomorrow never arrives because tomorrow will be today. If you ask for the future, you are sending the information to the universe that you want it in the future, and the future never arrives. That's why it is very important to always pray in the present tense. Instead of saying I will have, change it to I have. Today, I am having a wonderful day. Even if you are going through an unpleasant situation at that moment, the correct way to change it is always by speaking in the present tense. I'll give you another example. I see a lot of comments saying, "Thank you, Father, because you will give me everything I desire." And the "you will give me," it will never arrive. Change it to, "Thank you, Father, because you give me every moment, everything I desire." Affirmations open doors and have a power in the universe that you can't even imagine. But if we say them in the future tense, they do not materialize because the future does not exist. That's when people believe that God doesn't listen to them because they are not obtaining what they desire. Praying is what you mention with your mouth. We are in constant prayer every day. That's why it is very important to pay attention to everything you say, think, or feel. God gives you what you ask for when you do it in the correct way, and that way is to always ask in the present tense. Another point where people fail when asking is that they request and choose the time they want to receive it. Let's suppose you choose a new car. God will not give it to you at the moment you want it. In this case, we are like spoiled children who get angry with Him if He doesn't give us what we ask for when we want it. It has happened to me too. God also abides by His laws, and everything we desire will arrive at the right time. I assure you it is so. Now, pay attention to this. How many times has it happened to you that you made affirmations from a video you watched, but nothing came true for you? I will tell you why it hasn't happened. Firstly, because you asked for it in the future tense, and secondly, because you finished asking and sat down waiting for it to fall from the sky. God doesn't work that way. Everything you desire is already prepared and waiting for you. But there is the law of vibration, which is super powerful in the universe. According to how you vibrate, that's what you attract. Let's say you asked for something, and you kept looking at the clock to see when it would arrive. And of course, since it didn't arrive at the time you wanted, you stopped believing it was real. That's a big mistake that most people make. And mind you, I have also made that mistake until I learned how the laws work, and everything changed in my life. First of all, when you want something, when the idea of something you desire enters your mind, it is already created for you, and it is waiting for you under the condition that you ask for it in the correct way, so that it can be manifested to you. In the quantum world, everything exists. It is all created for you. And when the desire for something enters your mind, it is because it is already ready to be delivered to you. But you must vibrate at the frequency it requires for it to manifest. If you ask for something and then doubt that you will receive it, you are changing the vibration, and that desire you have moves away from you. Similar vibrations resonate together, while those that are different separate. If you ask for something you desire, first and foremost, you must have the conviction that you will receive it. And secondly, you must stay in that frequency. How will you do it? Know that your desire has already been created in the universe and that it will come into your life when you least expect it. Learn to trust the laws because they exist and they are precise. You must have faith that you will receive it, and let God arrange everything in perfect timing for you to receive it. As St. Paul said, faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things unseen. Why do you doubt if you will receive it? Because most people believe that they need to see it first to believe it, but the universe doesn't work that way. Learn to believe to see, and I assure you that God will put the universe at your feet, and you will be able to manifest everything you desire in your life, because if it enters your mind, it enters your world. Have the certainty that you will receive it and remain calm, at peace, knowing that your desire is already being created. Imagine it's like bread that needs to rise and then be baked. It's the same principle. It has a perfect time to manifest. If you put your bread in the oven without letting it rise, it won't come out as it should be. Another point where people fail is believing that they can only obtain according to what they currently see with their eyes. Let me give you an example. You want abundant money, but you have a fixed monthly income from your job. So you wonder how you can have abundant money if your earnings are just however much you make. People then believe that they have to play the lottery to be abundant, and they cling to the idea that this is the only way to have abundant money. Well, let me tell you, a person who wins the lottery often ends up poorer than before and even estranged from their relatives. Firstly, because they don't vibrate in the abundance of money, and as I just mentioned, similar vibrations resonate together, while those that are different separate. This will lead them to quickly lose the money they won. They vibrate in scarcity and believe that the lottery will save them. Similar vibrations resonate together, so if you vibrate in scarcity, you will attract more scarcity. So stop relying on the lottery to improve your finances because it won't happen. Learn to vibrate in abundance, and abundance will constantly flow into your life. I assure you it is so because I live in abundance every day of my life. If you want financial freedom, step out of the victim mentality of constant scarcity, and from this moment on, declare and affirm that you are abundant. Now listen to me. Even if you don't have money at this moment, affirm as many times as you can throughout the day, I am abundant, and I guarantee that abundance will come into your life. Sometimes people ask me, how can I say that I am abundant when I open my wallet and there is no money? Well, stop saying that you don't have money because that is also an affirmation. When you look at your wallet without money and say that you are abundant, but you don't truly believe it and feel anxious about seeing your wallet empty, you are applying the law of vibration, and your affirmations won't work because you feel scarcity in your heart. I'll say it again. Listen to me carefully. Feel abundant, not just affirm it with words. Feel abundant. You must truly feel it, and when you least expect it, God will grant you all the abundance you desire, in this case, regarding money. Let me tell you something that used to happen to me every day before applying these laws correctly. My financial situation was terrible, and every dollar I took out of my wallet filled me with anguish that you can't even imagine. And when I say that we are always applying universal laws, you will understand why here. When I had that anguish while spending my money on what I needed, when I felt like my money was running out, I was vibrating in scarcity. And of course, under the law of vibration, I was attracting more scarcity. Today, every dollar I take out of my wallet, I do it with happiness and gratitude. I constantly bless my money and I experience something crazy but wonderful at the same time. When I use my money, it never runs out. It seems to multiply in my wallet. I always have money because I vibrate in constant abundance. Now pay close attention. If you want constant abundance, money won't fall from the sky, and you won't win the lottery. You may wonder then, how will it come to me if I only have one source of income from my job? I'll tell you how it happened to me, and I know many people who experience the same thing, which is why I affirm that the law of abundance works this way. I started to decree and affirm that I was abundant even when I didn't have enough food. I stood firm and had the conviction that I was abundant. And you know what? At that time, my job was in a very bad situation, yet I continued to affirm that I was abundant. And I didn't feel anxious about my present because I already knew that my affirmations would manifest at the perfect time. My bread of abundance was already baking. I had the conviction that St. Paul spoke about. In just a few days, clients started coming to me from all over the place. My economy began to grow. And not only did I have more work, but doors of abundance opened up for me in other areas as well. God put the universe at my feet. That's why I tell you to eliminate the thought that only the money you earn from your job can come into your life. Listen, when you declare yourself abundant constantly, miracles will come into your life. You might be offered a salary increase or a better job. God's channels are limitless, and money will come into your life in ways you least expect because the laws never fail. So stop limiting yourself or believing that abundance is only for those who win the lottery. Or worse yet, stop believing that abundance is not for you. When you change your vibration and are in a high frequency, the universe opens golden doors for you. Now here is an important point. All the blessings that come into your life are not just for you. Learn to share them with your loved ones or whomever you choose. God loves that, I can assure you. And lastly, always be thankful. Gratitude creates miracles in your life. Everything you express gratitude for multiplies your blessings. Wake up thanking God for the wonderful day you have, and express gratitude for every situation you encounter. Miracles beyond your imagination will start happening to you. Now, to summarize everything up. First, when you affirm and decree, always remember to do it in the present. Always in the present. No word in that affirmation should be in the future tense. It's crucial that you modify this. Second, don't ask for something and then doubt its manifestation when you don't receive it immediately. Don't change the affirmation you had when you asked. Please listen to me. Trust. The laws never fail. Third, stop limiting yourself by believing that money is limiting for you. Money and oxygen are the most abundant things in the world, and by divine right, you too should be abundant. Fourth, trust. Have faith. This is the faith that Jesus spoke about when he said, "Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." He also said, "It is my Father's desire to give you the kingdom." Fifth point, share your blessings. The abundance that comes into your life is not only for you. And lastly, be thankful at every moment for everything that happens to you each day. Everything, absolutely everything, is within your reach. You just need to pray in the correct way, and God will open golden doors for you. Don't just believe me, try it out for yourself. I deeply desire to have helped you with this video, because you also deserve to have a wonderful life filled with blessings, achievements, and success. Please remember to leave a like. It greatly helps us in spreading this information to more people around the world. And that concludes our journey into the fascinating world of the law of attraction. Thank you for watching. To receive a very powerful ancient technique to attract abundance, visit the link in the description of this video, and don't forget to subscribe.